made in Nigeria. So ask yourself, if we are drinking that much wine, how much of it is made in Nigeria? Can you seize that market? If we don't have grapes in Nigeria, can you bring the grapes in and bottle in Lagos and take that market? How much of the rice that is being cooked at those parties is made in Nigeria? Can you produce more further rice? Because that market is waiting to be taken. How much of the spring rolls and samosa and the flour that goes into it is made in Nigeria? Think, just open your minds. Because all I can do really is get you to decide to take the big step by yourself.
Welcome back. Just some headlines. Okay, let's see. Where do we? Okay, we'll start with this day newspaper today, and then the lead headline here: Jonathan to detractors, allow me do my job. And then look at this writer: warns, don't use dynamite to blow up the house you seek to occupy. Yeah, I know you wonder, headlines these days. Well, just go to page. It's not here. Okay. Well, either on 7
or 8
not on 50
or 6
or 8. just
taking a wild guess.
But it's in the story. It's in the paper, I should say. So yes, that's the lead headline here. And then, of course, there's another political one here. Lawmakers vow to fight president's impeachment bid. List grievances against Tambuwal. Well, this one is on page 7, so just flip there if you will. And the unfortunate scenario displaying itself out in Kenya. Ghanaian poets Awono among 59 killed in Kenya mall attack. Jonathan condemns attack, offers assistance. That's on page 8. And then Alison Madweke, FG saved 879 billion naira from fuel price increase reforms. Okay, that's on page 10. Do remember that some time ago there was this talk about, well, it's on that headline too, Shopee saying the cash trapped. Who knows? See if you could connect the dots with this one. This is on page 10, remember. Well, that'll be it with this day today.
Well, we have The Guardian and the front page story: anxiety over absence of defense minister. That's how they caption that headline. They say there's worry within the nation's defense sector about the vacuum created by the absence of a substantive defense minister since Dr. Halir Mohammed Bello was removed on June 22, 2012. A clear 15 months ago, Bello was sacked at the height of the insecurity in the north. Now, when we leave that, you look at two riders there of this particular big headline. Gunmen trapped in Kenya mall as Awono, 58 others die. That's Professor Kofi Awono, renowned poet. The full story is on page 9. Okiro behind attempt on my life, says Ribadu. It's on page 4. Okiro, I guess you just want to find out which of the Okiros, but Okiro behind attempts on my life. Go to page 4 of the same daily, The Guardian. Government got 850 billion naira from oil sector reforms in 2012. NNPC Lords Minister as production hits 2.4 million barrels per day. Well, that's it with the headline.
I'm holding the Nigerian Tribune. Their major story says Jonathan took a ready war team. Yeah, a ready war team in G7 states. That's how they count this. It's on page 4. Gbemi Saraki, Mohammed Abacha, Galen Naba may emerge. Going to be members of the war team. Oh, we'll see how it plays out. Jonathan arrives in New York, ready to address UN General Assembly. It's on page 2. Federal government orders AGF to settle ex-PATN staff this week. And 400,000 barrels restored to daily crude oil outputs. According to the NNPC, people have been saying, let's ask what is going on in the NNPC. Will you find more of that on page 16 of the Nigerian Tribune? Well, you might want to open and check. And then you have this one that's making a rounds on the international scene. Kenya mall attack. Death toll now 68. 175 injured. 30 still held hostage. We have some riders here. Ghanaian poet Kofi Owuno killed on pages 49 and 50. Israel joins forces with Kenyan troops to fight Al-Shabaab militants. Jonathan and other world leaders condemn attack. You also have other stories here. We're out to dislodge emerging Boko Haram cells in Abuja. And this one, seizure of Mark Tambuwal others' passports. New PDP withdraws allegation. It would seem that they had alleged that their passports were withdrawn. Well, you find details of that particular story on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. That will be all for the paper.
Well, Vanguard is the next one we've got for you here. Some news did break out last week about death reported in Borno, but they seem to be following that up here. A death toll in Borno attack rises to 142, Vanguard reports this day. We recovered 55 bodies on Wednesday and 87 on Thursday. That's credited to state EPA officials. That's the Environmental Protection Agency in the state. So the story on page 5 for you. Why security agents descended on Apple quarters? That's another on page 8. But you have a lot of other stories here. But that will be it with Vanguard today.
Well, the Abuja Inquiry is up next, and the big story on the front page, the big cover-up, FG to probe killings, residents panic, and 40 Benue indigents on death row in Jos prisons. That will be it with the Abuja Inquiry.
All right, then we're back after this break.